That is a deer track. That is a moose track. Moose track, moose track. And there are wolf tracks. All heading down this power line. This is the North Woods, folks. Day 4, it's supposed to get up in the 90s again today, and honestly, I don't think it's going to. We got a little bit of rain coming down, which is nice. They're starting to call me the vitamin man because the vitamin guide. They're calling me the vitamin guide because we're getting one a day. And hopefully we're going to change that. We got 3 guys that still haven't got a bear. So Tim had not even seen a bear. And then he shot a beautiful chocolate last night. Just a really nice bear with a great pelt and just a really beautiful chocolate. So he's a really happy camper, and he owns a business, so he packed up and left this morning, took his bear and left. So he's going to miss out on the grilled pork chops and potato salad and all that, but he'll be all right. So today I'm going to move Tony again. Brad wants to go back where he was last night, and I don't blame him. He saw a really nice bear. There was a pretty good one in there about noon, and then I put him in there about 4, and at 4:30 there's a pretty nice bear that stepped out. He said it looked really good. He just saw the front half of its body, and it looked around, and then he felt a gust of wind on the back of his neck, and the bear left. So we're going to give him another chance in there. The stand that I pulled yesterday afternoon, sitting here in camp, and I think I'm going to go put that up. But I've got another bait. I actually got 2 baits that are going pretty good, and I really think I want to get a stand on one of those 2, so I'm going to go out and check those again today. Jake and Bill went to bait the 3 baits up by the clear cut, and Lucas decided he wanted to go with them just to hang out with them and kind of get a look at it. And he took his hunting stuff with him. It's about 35 minutes away to these 3 baits in that area. And the one that he hunted 2 nights ago was just completely cleaned out and had multiple daylight bears on it. And he's just like, it's before noon, but he's like, put me in, man. And he might get rained on, but he's in the stand. And there's a pretty high percentage chance he's going to kill one tonight. That'll be cool. So we're still plugging away at it. We got good places to put people. We got daylight pictures of bears, and we're going to try to fill this thing out and get everybody one. I'll talk to you in a little while. Well, I'm going to take a little break here and give you a day 5 update. I'm just going to sit on the deck here and relax a little bit because it was another late night and early morning, and it's been pretty crazy. So the last 2 hunters are in the stand, and I'll bring you up to speed on the 3 bears that we've shot since the last video. I think I mentioned that Tim had shot his bear on night 3. Also on Labor Day, I had 4 more barrels of trail mix delivered because I was just out of trail mix again. I've just been going through it like crazy this year. The bears just keep hitting and pounding away. I ended up having to have it delivered from Wildwood, so thanks to Jason for bringing it all the way up here. I really needed it, and he drove it up on Labor Day. We're able to keep the trail mix on them, and the bears are still hitting. We got pretty good action on the baits. It's slower, obviously, than it was a week ago. I've been hearing that a lot of outfitters are really struggling right now, so I'm really grateful for where I'm at. We're at 5 out of 7. Everybody has had an opportunity to shoot a bear. There's been some bears that have been passed up, and we had a bear that was missed, and we had a bear that was wounded. Typically, if you wound a bear, your hunt's over. I gave Greg a second chance. I've had second chances in my life, and I just decided to go ahead and let him continue to hunt. So about 8 o'clock last night, I got a text from Jake, who's way up at the north end. He's parked a couple hundred yards from the clear cut bait, and he says, I just heard Lucas shoot. And so he's going in. And sure enough, he went in, and Lucas had shot a really big, nice male. They spent a long time tracking it. He shot it with a 30-30, and he went kind of a long ways. So they got that bear back in late, and we ended up being just under 300 pounds. Got a big head on it, too. Well, in the meantime, I had driven out to within about 150 yards of where Tony was hunting, and he was hunting a bait that just had 2 nice bears on it. It's got that huge chocolate, but that bear is just way too irregular. So I was sitting there about 100 yards away. He heard me drive up and shut off the side-by-side, and he texted me and he said, there's a bear at the bait. You know, I was concerned that he wouldn't have enough shooting light. So I texted him, do you have enough light to shoot? And as soon as I did that, all of a sudden, kaboom! And then I texted him, I guess so. So he shot a 200 and some pound male that dropped right in a pile of peanuts, and that's kind of the way we like them. I said, how far to go? And he said, about a foot straight down. And we got that thing loaded up and got it out of there and got it back to camp, and it was completely skinned in the freezer before Jake and Lucas got all the way down here with their bear, because they had quite an effort, the two of them, getting that big bear out. So it was a long night last night. So I've been pulling some stands that I know we're not going to need anymore. So we got quite a few of the barrels and cameras and tree stands out of the woods today. Greg went to the moose bait where Tim shot his 2 days ago. Brad went back to the bait where he hunted the first night and passed up a smaller bear. There is 2 really nice bears in there. One of them's a chocolate, and he's never shot a chocolate, so that's a long ways away to run just one guy up there. I mean, it's a good 40 minutes or more, and a lot of gravel road driving and back roads and stuff, but we got him in there, and I really, really hope he gets a bear. I would really hate for him to leave without a bear, but there's a whole lot of people leaving outfitters in Minnesota without a bear this year. I've been hearing horror stories of outfitters that have, like one that has 25 hunters and has only shot 6 bears, and one that has 23 hunters and has only shot 4 bears. And one of the biggest outfitters in the state had 63 hunters and had only killed 14 bears as of the 3rd day. So it's a tough year in Minnesota this year, and I'm really grateful for where we're at right now. So we got 2 more guys in the woods, and I'll wrap this up after we get them, and we'll figure out where we're at here for the next, we got today and tomorrow, and Brad has to go home after today, so I'll only have 1 guy tomorrow if Greg doesn't shoot tonight. I really ready to get this done, man. It's been a long month. Talk to you in a little bit. Well, it's day 6, final day, and we got some rain last night. Everybody sat in the rain. The 2 hunters that we had left had to sit in the rain, and neither one of them saw a bear. Brad had to leave this morning, and that's really unfortunate because I really wish I would have had 1 more day to try to get him a bear. So Greg's the only one still hunting. Lucas has stayed on, even though he shot a bear a couple days ago. He just likes being in bear camp, and which is great. I think I'm surprised when people leave early because they got their bear, but some do every year. Cool thing is, I got up early this morning because I've got all these dishes in the sink, and I got to get these dishes all washed before breakfast. And I came in the lodge and they were all washed. And I accused Lucas of not stopping the magic dwarf that washed all my dishes for me, but I know he did, so that's pretty nice of him. Greg has been really helpful too. He went out and helped take tree stands down for me today. The two of us went out and checked some cards and pulled stands, pulled baits. Lucas has been working really hard with Bill for 2 days, taking out baits and stuff like that. So we're down to just last few baits and trying to decide where to put Greg tonight. And I think we're going to put him back in raspberry. It looks like it's the best option for us. There's multiple. We killed a bear there the first night. We've kept bait in it, and there's still more bears in there. So I feel like that's the best place to put him. It's been very strange with baits that go hard for a few days and then die. It's been a weird year. We are pulling the baits that just aren't doing very well and getting them out of the woods while we got help here. You know, we got 13 stands up, 15 baits out with 13 stands. That's a lot of work for 2 guys to get them all out of the woods. So it's pretty nice to have a couple guys here to help. So it's about 60 degrees right now, which is 35 degrees or more colder than it was when we were putting people in the stand 2 days ago. So this has been a really strange season, just bizarre. But we've got some bears. Well guys, it is September 7th and it's about 6:30 in the morning, and we're done. This season's over. There were a lot of unexpected twists and turns this year, that's for sure. It was really exciting and fun at times, and it was really frustrating at times. So last night Greg did not see a bear. He was the only one in the stand, and the stand he was on had a nice chocolate on it on camera. I looked at the camera, and when I dropped him off, and a real nice chocolate bear in there. And there's also the day before there was a nice big male, probably pushing 300 pounds, and none of those came while he was at the bait. It is currently 50 degrees colder than it was a couple days ago when I dropped people off. The weather has been bizarre, to say the least. Never had anything like this in Minnesota for opening day of bear baiting before. The first 3 days, you know, upper 90s, crazy stuff. But we still killed bears. Everybody saw bears. Everybody had an opportunity to shoot a bear, and so that was really, you know, the most satisfying thing, I guess. You know, Greg's going home without a bear, but he did shoot one on the second day, which we could not recover. Brad also went home without a bear, and he passed up a bear on opening day, which he estimated was about 140 pounds. And then he had another bear, a really nice bear, in front of him briefly. Unfortunately, he was reading a book, and the wind probably is what betrayed him, and plus he just wasn't prepared for the shot. And typically you don't have to be that prepared at a bait site, because the bears give you plenty of opportunity to pick the right shot, but this one did not, and so I'm very unfortunate that he didn't get one. But sitting at 100% shot opportunity right now, I'm hearing, I know a guy, a small outfitter near here that takes only 400s, but only one of his got bears, and I'm hearing about a lot of outfitters that are just ran 20 and 30% this year. And it was just tough in so many ways. It wasn't just the weather. Tons of natural foods. And it was just weird. We'd have baits that were really going good. They'd have 4 or 5 bears on them. And then all of a sudden, it's like you threw a switch and they were gone. None of them came back. It was, I don't even know how to explain. It's going to take me a while to unpack it. I'll probably do a video later on talking about some of the things that I learned and some of the things that happened. And we had some pretty bizarre stuff happen, even like I've got a picture of a guy in shorts and a tank top on one of my baits. I have no idea how he found that bait. But the good part is we had a lot of really good guys. Everybody in camp this year was really good, and good attitude, helpful people. Lucas stuck around for the whole week, did some fishing, went to the woods with us and helped pull stands and help bait, even washed the dishes when I wasn't looking. We had just all around great group of guys, and I feel really fortunate about that. Greg is the only one that put quite a bit of effort into filming his hunts. He did a lot of filming, took a lot of footage, and I hope I'll be able to use some of that and possibly make a video specifically on his hunt. Well, this place looks like it got hit by a tornado both inside and outside. We got all the stands and everything out of the woods and all the baits out, but man, it's going to take some while to organize and straighten this all up and clean things up and get ready for next year. So just wanted to say how grateful I am that you watch these videos and that you follow along. I really do get a lot of satisfaction and pleasure out of helping other people get bears and learn more about bear hunting the right way. And I also enjoy bringing these to you, even though it's a lot of extra work. And so I really just want to genuinely thank you for being a part of this, and we'll see you on the next video. I'm heading to Michigan.